What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at yet another film review. And today we're taking a look at another one, which is an Adam Sandler and Friends type movie. However, this one doesn't actually star Adam Sandler, it stars one of his friends, also known as Higgins from the Grown Ups movie, and it is called The Wrong Missy. And it is on Netflix, and it does have a pretty long runtime of an hour and like 42 minutes. And I think that is way too long for this movie, and it is way too much of this movie. This didn't need to go on for this long. But before we get into why I think that and what I actually think about this movie beyond that it goes on too long, we have to go check out Google and what they have to offer and what they have to say about this movie. And with that, we'll have no further delay. We'll be getting into the Google part of the video, and then a quick summary of the story. So, The Wrong Missy. It is an hour and 30 minutes, sorry, not 42. There's a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes, that's where I got the 32 from. And it has a 5.8 on IMDb. And it has a 33% on Metric, so a pretty low score. Disaster strikes when a man invites his dream girl to an island resort, but previous blind date with the same name shows up instead. So this movie actually opens with Higgins is just what I'm going to call him for this movie. It's probably not his name, but I am not that interested in correcting myself. So he goes on a blind date, and this girl is absolutely psychotic, crazy, and wild, and he doesn't really like that because it almost gets him beat up and thrown out the bar. So he decides to never talk to this girl again. However, his boss tells him, hey, we're going on a Hawaiian field trip, care to join, bring a friend? So he invites Missy, his childhood crush, because she thinks she'll be impressed with his sort of island resort invite. But instead, he invites the crazy person. They meet on the plane, and that is when he sort of realizes he's invited the wrong person. This is when everything goes down, and she's crazy, she's ruined in his chances with the boss. However, in the end, long story short, a load of crazy shit happens, a load of unpredictable, wild, sort of crazy shenanigans go down, which ends up everyone actually starts to like this girl, and he actually starts to like this girl, and then they actually get together in the end, and he hated her for no reason. Now they're gonna get married at the end of this movie. And that's pretty much it. That is the movie. That is The Wrong Missy. It is one of those love stories where it's a weird person that ends up actually being very likable by the end. It is very similar to The Promotion, or the Engagement with Ryan Reynolds is very similar to that. Not with them faking being married, but them faking being together. Well, he's faking them and trying to make her be like a good impression. Very similar to Ricky Stenicki as well, with them trying to be like best buds and trying to sell that they're together when she's absolutely psychotic, and he's trying to get her to go away, but she doesn't want to because obviously she thinks that they're together and this is like a really good second date. So there's a lot of miscommunication and confusion going on between these characters, which is fair because they never really sort of organize anything or talk to each other. They just sort of go along with it, and he doesn't really try and correct himself, and when he does, he ends up upsetting her. And then that's the fallout of the movie before he realizes, hey, you know, she was actually a really good girl and I actually like her. And the movie is very boring, very predictable, very easy to watch, very easygoing. However, it wasn't that entertaining. I was on my phone the entire time watching this. This was a movie that was put on, which I didn't get a choice in, but I was there. It was like a movie night, and it wasn't my choice. So this is sadly what I had to suffer. And if I have to suffer, you have to suffer too. We're going to be sat talking about this for the next 6 minutes. So I hope you're all strapped in, buckled in, have your seatbelt and popcorn ready, because this is going to be an absolute doozy. I know that I keep saying that I'm going to be a little bit more positive in the next video and in the next film review, but I'm sorry, I can't. Not when the movies that I'm watching are this shit. This movie does not deserve any high ranking. I agree with the movie critics that it is a very low ranking movie. It does deserve its very, very low score of like 3 out of 10. I'm not happy that I watched it. I'm never going to watch it again. And its story is boring. The acting on most of them is okay. It isn't the world's best acting. It's not like Oscar nomination worthy, but it is okay. It's decent. It's watchable, if that makes sense. But that doesn't make the story or the plot any less draining, slow. Again, it's just all predictable, and the message of this movie we've had many, many times before. This movie is not a new message, it's not a new theme, and I'm seeing that more and more with the more movies that I watch, that it's very similar plot-wise to other movies, and when you see that, there's normally something that makes this movie different, that makes this movie stand out, that makes this movie special, and not like every other movie that we've seen. For example, I brought up The Engagement, and I forgot what other fucking movie I brought up as well. Ricky Stenicki. Those two had their own individual sort of standout moments to make them slightly different and slightly more special and entertaining in their own way. This one did not. This one just seems like a really low-budget Netflix attempt at getting a movie with a load of famous faces that we all know and like. Because we have the voice actor here, which is the voice actor for Mabel from not Stranger Things, Gravity Falls. Two very similar shows, might I add. But again, Gravity Falls is an absolute fucking masterpiece. And she has come to this. It is a low quality comedy movie, which isn't that funny, because the jokes didn't get me. I wasn't laughing. It was just wild and unpredictability and sort of crazy and trying to get sort of shock laughter where it's like, oh my god, I can't believe they're doing that. How wild, how silly, how sort of epic gamer moment of them. It was just so random and out of pocket, and that just doesn't make it funny. That just makes it weird, strange, and makes it harder for you to connect with the characters. I genuinely did not enjoy this movie, and I'm pretty sure you can tell that I didn't enjoy this movie because of how I'm talking about it. However, I'm going to have to leave it here. I'm not going to do the full regular 12 minutes, and I can't even do the sort of less regular 10 minutes that I do for these sort of film reviews. There is not a lot to talk about here. I cannot pick up a single sort of good thing to say about this movie, so you know what? I stand in agreement with every other sort of film reviewer that this does deserve a 3 out of 10. I cannot pick up any good thing to do with this movie. It is just a very upsetting movie. It deserves the 3 out of 10 because there was a little bit of effort put in here, and that's all it deserves. It gets a 3 out of 10. I'm not going to watch this again, and I don't recommend you watch it either. This be your warning to never put this on your TV. It is a complete waste of time. An hour and a half of your time, might I add. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. I hope you all have an excellent day, and this has been your daily scheduled film review. If you do want more film reviews, anime reviews, or TV show reviews, please do check out the others that I do on the channel. I do upload them daily, and if you want me to do one of your favourite movies, please do comment it down below, and I will watch it as soon as possible. But other than that, I cannot stand being in this video any longer. I must leave. I hope you all enjoy your day.